everyone in America is chasing the top-ranked Tennessee Lady Vols. We've got a good one to start the SEC schedule as LSU brings a 10-game winning streak to Knoxville, looking to knock off number 1. Hello from inside the broadcast booth in Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. I'm Will Bowling. She's Faith Kane. Faith, we've got a great one this weekend between two outstanding teams and top-ranked Tennessee, who's been led this season by its pitching staff, but it remains to be seen if we're going to see Carlin Pickens play this weekend.
Well, the pink elephant in the room right now is whether we will see the ace, Carlin Pickens, or not at all this weekend. Now, we did see her warming up earlier in this game. She did not pitch, but you're going to see her right there on the screen. So, unsure whether we'll see her or not.
Yeah, we're told the update today is that there is no update. She remains day to day. But game to game, Tennessee has been nearly untouchable this season in the circle.
Yeah, look at that stat right there. Number 1 in Division I, 0.5 ERA. They have only given up 9 earned runs in 20 total games. That's how good this pitching staff is. Arguably the best in the nation. And it's going to start out with Sage Margetko today.
And Sage Margetko gets the start. She has been terrific this season, and she's a part of that big three. Carlin Pickens, Aaron Newer, Margetko getting the ball tonight.
Well, they complement each other so well. So you have the speed coming from Pickens, but then you got Sage Margetko, who has great spin, varies her speed. So you see her drop ball coming in around 65 miles per hour, but she's also got a very spinny rise ball, curve ball, coming just about 3 to 4 miles per hour slower than her fast stuff. So that is a tough adjustment to make as a hitter.
75 degrees, a packed audience at Sherry Parker Lee, as Jayla Lassiter stands in. Welcome to SEC softball in 2026 as the first pitch is a ball. There you see the lineup for the Tigers. Winners of 10 in a row. As this one's lifted. Oh, nice jumping catch. Using every inch of foul territory, Emma Clark on the second pitch gets out number 1.
I think easily we thought that was going to be out, but Emma Clark finding the fence, making the catch, making the snag. That's a tough thing to do. You got to run all the way over there, find the fence. And she was all smiles after that one.
Second baseman Sierra Daniels stands in. She's reached in 10 straight, makes her 22nd start of the year, a .414 batter. Her head coach, Beth Torina, says give her every ounce of praise you can give someone.
And absolutely, she deserves it. She's been a huge worker for this team. She can do a little bit of everything, a triple threat type of hitter. She can bunt, slap, also hit away for power. That's a tough to play defense.
The breaking ball in there by Margetko gets ahead 1-2. Looking for the first strikeout of the night. Not on that pitch. Sage Margetko pitched an inning on Tuesday against Belmont, allowed a hit, had a walk, a strikeout, and hit a batter. Started against Nebraska, went 3 innings in that one, and has pitched in some big games this year as Daniel stays alive 2-2.
And that was kind of the game plan going into non-conference play this year for Coach Weekly. Usually you think those big games, right? You're going to see your ace, Carlin Pickens, in those games against Nebraska, but she threw Aaron Newer and Sage Margetko to see, can they handle the pressure? What are they going to do once SEC play starts to happen?
2-2 misses, count full for the second baseman, Sierra Daniel. Leading the Tigers in batting average to start this season. Lifts this one to right center field. Tracking back is Sophia Knight, making the catch. 2 up and 2 down. So quick work for Sage Margetko to start. What are you liking about the first couple of batters she's seen so far.
Well, I love that she's just going right at them. Something you're going to notice with Margetko is she throws a lot of pitchers' pitches that technically come in and maybe will hit the dirt or be a little low. And she's getting that low call today, so she's going to want to stay right there, right below those knees.
Left fielder Char Lorenz stands in, a sophomore, hitting .286 this season. This one's hit softly right back to Margetko, and a swinging bunt will allow LSU a 2-out base runner. Exactly how Char Lorenz would have drawn it up today.
Oh, there's not much you can do about that. When you're pitching, Margetko in that circle, right, she just got done with her pitch, so she has to hustle in, and that ball is spinning backwards. So it's going to have a funky spin the second that it does hit that dirt. So you see her there coming up, comes off the bat weird to start with, and then trying to pick that ball up, too, to make that throw down quick.
So that brings up the LSU cleanup batter, Tori Edwards, the super sophomore in 2025 SEC Freshman of the Year, a D1 softball All-American, tying a program best 18 home runs last season as a redshirt freshman. In fact, this is exactly where Beth Torina wants her hitting, with someone on base to show off her power.
Edwards is so good in the batter's box. She has so much power. Her exit velocity, Coach Torina says, 85 miles per hour. So her home runs just aren't going to be home runs. They're going to be over the scoreboard and get out of here quick.
Takes a big cut there and a 2-1 pitch, evening the count. Yeah, I loved what Beth Torina told us, that I've had to go pick up softballs on the soccer field. She said, I've been here for 15 years. I've never had to pick up softballs on the soccer field.
Yeah, she says even when like her team is playing defense against Edwards, she says they back up on the infield because they're so scared of the ball. I mean, that's how hard she hits it.
Yeah, you've heard of light tower power. This is soccer field power down at Baton Rouge for Tori Edwards.
Well, even if you look at this defense, you see that Emma Clark is playing way back. Same thing with Ella Dodge. So they're playing behind that baseline almost all the way in the grass as infielders. Bella Faw also out there as well. They're giving themselves as much time as possible to see that ball.
Full count payoff pitch is fouled back. We'll do it again. Tennessee in the infield, Maddie Rutan, Bella Faw, Ella Dodge, and Emma Clark left to right. Elsa Morrison behind the dish. Taylor Holly, Sophia Knight, and Gabby Leach, the outfielders. The 3-2. Grounded to Dodge to first. Inning over. One hit, no runs, one left. LSU with a 0 in the top, and Tennessee coming up. Lee Stadium in Knoxville. This is Jaden Heavner, a sophomore from Pace, Florida, getting the start tonight in the circle. Faith, what will we expect to see from her tonight?
Heavner's that big lefty, so she's going to throw in the high 60s, so she's got quite a bit of speed, but she has that curveball. What you'll notice about her curveball is it will go on both sides of the plate, so she's not afraid to throw it in on those righties as well, but she's going to be hard to square up. She's actually very effectively wild. So when you come up there as a hitter, it's tough because usually you see pitchers and mainly they throw on the outside part of the plate, mainly on the inside, up or down. With her, you really don't know what you're going to get. It's a guessing game.
And she will see a Tennessee lineup averaging 7.2 runs per game this season. 38 steals as well, third best of the SEC, as Sophia Knight shows bunt, pulls it back, and watches a ball on the first offering from Heavner. There is the Tennessee lineup. Sophia Knight has been fantastic. Third of the SEC in average at .556. Second in the conference with 11 steals. As she lays down a bunt here, back to Heavner. Quick throw to first, beaten out by Knight. And that, Faith, is what she does.
Knight is so quick down the line. You have around 2.5 seconds to make a play, but where she placed that bunt, perfect. You want to bunt it right back at Huebner. That's because she's a lefty. She has to turn all the way around to make that throw, so it's going to give you half a second more to get down the baseline.
15 straight on base for Sophia Knight. And Ella Dodge stands in, the redshirt sophomore from Bradenton, Florida. She's got an on-base streak going back to last season, reaching base in 29 in a row. And has got 2 grand slams to her name already this season as well. Had 11 RBIs last week for the Lady Vols in the Tennessee Invitational. Takes a big home run cut there and is quickly down 0-2.
Well, she's so fun to watch. You saw her take that big hack. She's got this big swing, but also she has a lot of energy. I say she's the little Energizer bunny out there on the field. You constantly hear her talking. She's hyping up her team. Just fun to watch.
Lifted to left, ranging back is Lorenz, who will have room to make the catch as Knight runs back to first. There's one away.
And I love how Tennessee already, I know it's only 2 batters here, but they're being aggressive right off the bat. You saw Sophia Knight going after the first couple pitches, and Ella Dodge too, just taking those hacks right away. Sometimes when you step in and you see a pitcher for the first time in the day, you're a little hesitant, but they're going up and hacking.
Backstop Elsa Morrison steps in. First pitch swinging, 0-1. Morrison, a freshman from right here in Knoxville at nearby Farragut High School. Had a big hit last weekend, evening the score in an early deficit against Appalachian State. And had a big weekend for Karen Weekly's team. 6 for 13 in the Tennessee Invitational, 3 doubles, 7 RBIs. And this is a name that Lady Vols fans are going to be hearing a lot of over the next few seasons. A terrific freshman in the middle of this order, staying alive here at 0-2.
Well, a freshman that just got bumped up to that 3-hole. You don't see someone her age come in and just be so relaxed, right?
A terrific non-conference slate to begin her collegiate career. She sends this one right back where it came from, up the middle. Quick play to second for 1. Nice idea by Sierra Daniel to get Knight out there. Unable to turn a 16th double play this season, the Tigers. Settling for 1, and there's 2 away.
Well, that's that curveball from Huebner. It's actually in the opposite side of the batter's box and then just crosses over the plate last second. So all Morrison was able to do is just poke her bat out, stick it out to try to muscle it up through the middle.
371 batter Mackenzie Butt stands in, sophomore DP. One of 2 Boise State transfers in the top 4 of the Tennessee lineup, with Sophia Knight the other. Mackenzie Butt, a 371 hitter, making her 11th start of the season here tonight. Fooled there, count even. One from Huebner upstairs.
And that's going to be really important for Tennessee hitters, is to be able to lay off of Huebner's rise. It's a tough pitch. When she throws, you see a lot of batters start swinging at it, and it's up near their head. That's how much it moves.
That one off the plate again, 3-1. Karen Weekly telling us this week, this is not a lineup where 3 or 4 batters are just going to carry you with home runs. We all have to put together good ABs. And Mackenzie Butt puts together a great AB, 2-out walk. And there's 2 on now for the right fielder, Gabby Leach.
Well, that's something that this offense struggled with a couple seasons ago, where they were relying on the home run ball constantly. They weren't able to string some hits together. And they feel this year, they go, we have maybe 3-4 hitters that we really rely on to hit the long ball. Besides that, I just want productive at-bats. And I feel like this lineup is starting to come together. Of course, we're the first weekend into SEC play, so you're just now really starting to narrow down your lineup.
And there is head coach Karen Weekly tasked with putting that lineup together. As Leach falls behind 0-2. And she's got some challenging choices right now. Good problems is what she would tell you. But it is a deep Tennessee roster filled with experience, making her life hard right now in the best of ways. 0-2 from Heavner. Strike three looking. Jaden Heavner leaves 2 on as we head to the top of the second.
Heavner shutting it down in the circle, coming in hard inside against Gabby Leach. And we're tied up at 0.
Lee Stadium, there is the head coach of the LSU Tigers, Beth Torina, watching from the dugout. And if that looks different, that's because it is. Usually she is coaching third base. This season, Faith, she is in the dugout, and she's adjusting to it, but likes it here through non-conference play.
Yeah, she says it gives her the opportunity to really focus on the pitching staff. If they need anything, she's right there, and also help them prepare for their next inning. She said, sometimes I thought about abandoning ship and heading back over to third because, you know, there's a little bit of a superstition with that too, but she's decided to stay out into the dugout and loves it there so far.
Hot shot to the left side by Macy Bergeron. Throw to first in time. Bella Fall shows off the arm from long distance. 1 away.
Oh, Bella Fall is just so good over there at shortstop. And it looks like we may have a challenge early in this game.
Place on the review.
Yeah, there was no hesitation from LSU here to look at this again. Either way, though, what a throw by Bella Fall, and what a pick over there by Emma Clark.
Yeah, Bella Fall, she didn't get a lot of playing time last year, was really thrown into the fire her freshman season and went out there, but I feel like she's so much more confident this year. She's in that 9 hole. And she's doing her job, turning over that lineup.
That's close. On first glance, let's see. What do you think?
Oh, I think she's
there.
Safe. I think she's safe.
Infield single for Macy Bergeron. And the runner reaches. Good challenge by the Tigers. Here's a good angle.
That foot looks like it just got in there in time. Now, Will, this year I'm keeping track of all the challenges to see how many I'm right so far.
Okay.
So I'm 5 for 6.
All right.
5 for 6.
Hey,
the perfect streak was broken yesterday.
It's a great batting average. It's an acceptable fielding percentage as well. As Kylie Edwards, the shortstop, stands in as Bergeron stands over at first, and Tennessee has the corners in here with Clark and Rutan creeping forward. This one's lifted, shallow left. Faw is back and called off by Holly, who makes the grab. One down for Marjetko in Tennessee here in the top of the second.
Picture perfect communication between your shortstop and your left fielder. Bella Faw, she had it the entire way. She's calling it, and then you see Holly run in. She says, nope, ball, ball, ball. And outfield takes priority with that. Anything that hits the green, that is their call. It's an easier play to make when they're running in.
Maddox McKee, the 7th place batter, stands in, playing right field tonight for Beth Torina's LSU Tigers. 4th start of the year for the junior, who her head coach says has given them some great at-bats recently. 0-1 misses. Beth Torina's still getting used to that. I imagine it's got to be an adjustment just watching a game through a screen, right?
I agree. Being in the dugout, you feel like, oh, I don't have control over anything.
Oh, beautiful breaking ball in there. Slowed down to 47 from Marjetko to get ahead 1-2.
Oh, that changeup that she has, it's just so nasty. She throws it out the back of her hand. It's a flip, and it just floats in there.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Climbing the ladder, Sage Marjetko's first strikeout of the night.
Yeah, look at that. She started out with that changeup, so floated it in, and then comes back with the rise ball out of that zone. I mean, that's the heat. 63 miles per hour. Before that, you see a pitch that's in the 40s.
As now she sees Destiny Harris, the sophomore DP tonight. I can't imagine being ready for both of those two pitches back to back.
Well, that's what's so tough against Marjetko is she doesn't only just have two speeds. Usually you see pitchers and they have their fast stuff and they have their off speed, and it's usually two speeds you're paying attention to, but for her, her drop ball is her hardest pitch. And then she also has a rise ball that's a little bit slower, 3 to 4 miles per hour slower than that. And then that off speed, that's nasty like that at 49 miles per hour.
That is junk in a good way from Marjetko. Now a strike away from leaving another LSU runner stranded. Goes up the ladder a little bit too far that time, count even. Two balls, two strikes, two away in the second. And here's the pitch. Good eye there from Harris once again. Count full. Spots like this against this Tennessee staff, critical moments for the Tigers on the road. Swing and a miss, strike three. Two straight punch outs for Sage Marjetko as we head to the home half of the second.
Marjetko continuing to dominate in the circle, working that rise ball at multiple levels. And we continue here into the bottom of the second.
Home half of the second inning, and a 20-0 top-ranked Tennessee team off to the third best start in program history. These numbers, an 07 group. 23-0, how about 06, 24-0? Some special talent to be spoken about in the same sentence, Faith, as this Tennessee team looks to make a little bit of history.
Yeah, you're in good company if you're anywhere around the name of Monica Abbott. So a lot of high hopes for this team that has just had an incredible start to the season, and a lot of it has to do with that pitching staff. They have put together such a great group of arms. They're complementary of one another, and it's going to be exciting to see what they're able to do here in SEC play.
Here you see the company this Tennessee team is keeping. Of course, Karen Weekly here for all of it in her 25th season. As this one's hard hit left side from Emma Clark. Long throw, not in time. They'll say the first baseman Edwards was off the bag. A strong throw from Kylie Edwards, not in time, and Tennessee has the leadoff runner aboard for a second straight inning.
I know it's a throw that took her off the bag, but Kylie Edwards, I mean, what a stop. That was deep in the hole for her that she had to come all the way back and make that throw across the field.
Left fielder Taylon Holly stands in with the first baseman Emma Clark down at first. Catches a corner. Keevner gets ahead 0-1. Taylon Holly a part of a log jam at left field, and any of those outfield spots for Tennessee right now, there is just so much depth for Karen Weekly. Holly from Murrieta, California. Home runs against Liberty and UCLA already this season. Had 3 hits and 4 RBIs at the Tennessee Invitational last week. Down 0-2. Hard hit left side. Trapped by Edwards for one. On to first. Not in time. Tennessee's keeping Kylie Edwards busy over there at shortstop, and a loud out, fielder's choice, gives Tennessee one out.
Yeah, really making her work. Holly has such great extension. She stays on the ball for a really long time. And you saw it there. Had to be a quick pause by Clark to run over to second. Wasn't sure if the ball was going to drop and hit the ground or not.
Brings up the third baseman, Maddie Rutan, the Eastern Kentucky transfer. That's hard hit at Edwards, but this one gets by her. Trapped by the left fielder, Lorenz. Tennessee aggressive early in the count here in the second, and now has 2 on for Bella Fall.
Oh, they are pounding down towards shortstop. I think that ball was supposed to come on the inside corner from Heavner, and it looks like she just missed it a little bit, kept it more on the white than probably what she wanted to. And you see Tennessee taking advantage.
9th place batter Bella Fall, the shortstop, in a big spot here early. Quickly ahead 1-0. Fall this season with 5 RBIs. And the speed of Sophia Knight waiting in the on-deck circle. Quickly ahead 2-0.
And this is the job of Bella Foz, to get on in any possible way. She's that 9-hole hitter. Coach Weekly not looking for her to hit the big home run, come up with those big hits. Yes, she's going to do it, but she wants her to draw the walk. She wants her to get those hit by pitches and try to get the top of the lineup so Sophia Knight can come up to bat.
Great pitch there by Heavner, much to the dismay of the crowd in orange and Summit blue. Big difference between 3-0 and 2-1. Ball shows bunt. Brett brings it back. Steal of third. And here comes Holly into the plate. Tennessee leads. Throw to third, not in time. As Tennessee puts a run on the board and has another at third.
Ooh, SCC softball is back. Bella Fogg going for the fake bunt so that she can seal, coming on over, Holly coming over to third, and then that overthrow heading home. I love the cutoff here, though, trying to get the throw at third. Always thinking about that next runner, so important. But Tennessee on the board first, and the energy in this stadium right now. I mean, look at the fans. Everyone's up on their feet. Looks like we're going to have another challenge.
Yeah, they're going to challenge that throw down to third to try to get Maddie Rutan out. But the aggressive base running from Tennessee results in a run that's definitely going to stand here.
And that's important, just being able to take those extra 60 feet. Especially when you get into SEC play, also a Tennessee offense that maybe hasn't put as quite as many runs as what they wanted to so far this season.
And it looks like they may be looking at if the runner left early here for Holly at second. So we're about to get the verdict. Home plate umpire Chris Neighbors. Gil Zayas at third. Carlos Guzman at first tonight. So seeing if Taylon Holly left while the ball was still in Heavner's hands.
After review, the runner on second base left early. The runner on first will be placed back on base with a 2-1 count.
So that is a big change at our mistake. The run definitely won't count. Runner left early. So Rutan's got to go back to first, and 2 big successful challenges by LSU.
Wow, what a momentum shift here. Yeah, Holly leaving second base before that ball even leaves Heavner's hands. You gotta wait. It's a play call that's being looked at a lot more from umpires, also coaches. They're on top of it, that's for sure.
So Beth Tarina and LSU, 2 outstanding challenges.
And remember this year too that if you get your challenge correct, you get to have those challenges back.
Right.
So last year you would just lose those 2. Now she still has those 2.
So Fawd a 2-2 count. Upstairs, now Rutan can head down to second, take a big turn. And as the ball gets out of the glove of Bajeron, is back in scoring position now with a full count and 2 away. Every run and a premium when you're facing the best pitching staff in America. That's lifted, shallow right, ranging over is Daniel, called off by McKee. And the inning is over. No score through 2 in Knoxville. We'll talk with the head coach of the LSU Tigers, Beth Torina, after this from Knoxville. To the LSU Tigers, Beth Torina down in the dugout. Coach, what are you seeing from Tennessee pitcher Sage Margetko so far tonight, and how do you make adjustments?
Well, it's a gauntlet row to go through their pitching staff. You know, it's just one after another of just spectacular arms. So I like the at-bats we've had against her. We knew it was going to be tough. We knew we'd take some lumps, but the key was just to get back on our feet and keep battling.
And Coach, you are 2 for 2 tonight with those challenges. So how are you feeling, and how important is it to get that momentum back?
Yeah, we've had some good ones this year. So our dugout's on point over here. So, you know, we went for it. I had to double check, like, we get that back right? I don't know if we've gotten any right all year. No, we got another big one right earlier this year too. But yeah, the dugout has been really interactive tonight. I like how they're in the game and excited to, you know, be in SEC play. So nice to hear them cheering for us and having our back.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Beth Torina, 2 big challenges and a big run erased as 9-1-2 come up for the LSU Tigers. And to the momentum in this building, Faith, you're right about the noise, especially as a visiting team, being able to just calm everyone down a bit with those challenges. The tenor here in Rocky Top, Tennessee has changed quite a bit.
Well, the energy, fans were out in the parking lot like 3 hours before this game, tailgating. I mean, the energy, just love SEC play. And if you know LSU fans too, they're going to travel and they're going to have the noise too.
Avery Hodge, the third baseman, standing in here against Margetko. Yeah, when we say it just means more, we are talking about everything and everybody in this conference. As Hodge ground a weakly right side, tough play at first, not in time. The quick flip over there to Ella Dodge, who had to cover the bag. And good speed from the third baseman, Hodge, puts the leadoff runner on for the Tigers.
Yeah, Hodge is so quick. It's not something that you usually see coming from lefties with those slappers, is to come down the right side. So when you're a first baseman and that ball comes, you're usually a little flat-footed just because you're thinking you mostly got to probably get back to your bag. But Hodge so quick.
Took a big secondary lead there on the first offering to Jayla Lassiter. Lassiter, senior from Atmore, Alabama. Started every game this year for the Tigers. You think Sage Margetko's thinking about the speed over there at first here as Lassiter's at bat begins?
Oh, absolutely. But you got to focus on the hitter. That's the main thing when you're that pitcher right in the circle. But you got to know that if the ball's hit back to you, you're probably going first because of the type of speed that Hodge has.
All right, back to Margetko to second for one. On to first. 2. A double play.
Yeah, she said, never mind. I'm going to second on that one.
1-6-3. Picture perfect from Tennessee.
Yeah, all she had to do was stick her glove out, grabbed it. Bella Faw doing a really good job coming through to turn that double play. And look at that energy.
You know, when we talked to Beth Torina this week, she made a point to say, we have had as many hard hit outs as anybody in the country. That's another example of it right there. That's an atom ball. You hit it hard, right at them.
And that can get so frustrating, too, as a hitter. You look at the stat sheet, and it says, yeah, you're 0 for 4 on the day, but you may have had 4 line drives right to the shortstop.
Yeah, I loved how she quoted Hunter Pence, longtime corner outfielder in Major League Baseball, talking about how sometimes the bloop counts and the hard hit one doesn't. It is the cruel reality of this sport. And the start that Beth Torina's offense has had this season. 2 great base stealing teams, though. 41 steals for LSU, 3rd in the country in the conference. And they've had runners on base tonight, just unable to move them into scoring position yet. So second baseman Sierra Daniel He flew out to center in the first. Behind 1 and 2 here with 2 away. Breaking ball catches a corner, and Sage Marjetko has her 3rd strikeout of the night, freezing Daniel here to end the inning. No score. Bottom of the 3rd from Knoxville. Smokey is talking with the locals, or I should say the locos for the Lady Vols, as you see Tennessee and the team that has made those Lady Vols fans very happy to start this year. Top-ranked team in the country, 20-0. Those ERA numbers are video game numbers, Faith.
Yes, just so good, that pitching staff. I can't get over it with how good those 3 pitchers have been. Even to start the season, Aaron Newer, Sage Marjetko really stepping up and starting in those big games. And then you have Carlin Pickens to add on it, who holds the world record for the fastest collegiate pitch at 79.4 miles per hour. I mean, those are tough pitchers to hit. Even asked Beth Torina, how do you hit them? And she goes, we just hope and pray.
That's right. Second at bat for Sophia Knight, grounded to Edwards at short. In time, 1 up and 1 down. And look who is in the bullpen. The ace of this Tennessee staff, Carlin Pickens, talking with pitching coach Megan Rhodes-Smith.
Maybe we'll see her.
Update was day to day, still today. As Ella Dodge stands in, she flew out to left her first time up. Big first pitch swing, 0-1 on the fastball.
Yeah, I think everyone was holding their breath in this stadium when she ended up coming out in that 2nd inning on Tuesday against Belmont. And I know a lot of the fans here too, they just want to see her throw.
Dodge lays down a bunt, sprinting to the bag. Throw gets away as she'll stand at first. Maybe some words there to the dugout as Dodge couldn't dodge this ball.
Yeah, Dodge just hustling down again. A bunt right back to the pitcher. Huebner's a lefty, so has to completely turn all the way around to make that play, so it gives you extra time to get down the line. But also, no one thought a bunt was happening. You saw it. First base and third base for Edwards and Hodge were both sitting back. They didn't even crash. It was all up to Huebner to make that play, and it's because Ella Dodge goes up there and she takes hacks. We saw it earlier in that at bat, and then all of a sudden she just drops down a bunt.
So Ella Dodge now has reached base in 30 consecutive games. It stands at first for the freshman catcher Elsa Morrison, who watches a pitch upstairs. Beautiful night in Knoxville, 77 degrees, picture perfect setting to open up the SEC slate. Morrison lifts this one into right. Plenty of room for Maddox McKee reaching up, making the catch. And there's quickly 2 away.
She just missed that one too. Remember, any ball that goes high in the air, it could have gone just that far forward. You didn't miss underneath the ball.
So that brings up Mackenzie Butt, who walked and was stranded at first her first time up. Both teams have had traffic on the base paths in every half inning, but unable to cash in. With Dodge standing there at first, and the Lady Vols looking for a little bit of 2-out magic. That one's lifted. Left center, deep, and there's the 2-out magic for Tennessee. Launched into the Tennessee night sky, and the Lady Vols lead by 2.
You said they needed a little 2-out magic. They got that. What a shot by Mackenzie Butt to get it quickly out of here, and Tennessee is on the board. And there goes the money. That pitch supposed to come on the inside corner, but did not get there. The break was not early enough and went straight down the middle for Heavner. And Buck crushed it.
An absolute moonshot continuing the inning. Tennessee with a lead. And Gabby Leach standing in. The Boise State transfer with home run number 5. And now a 4-game hitting streak as well. Leach right to the second baseman, scalded into the mitt of Sierra Daniel, who makes a fantastic snag, ending the inning. But Mackenzie Butt launches a 2-run homer. We'll talk to a very happy Karen Weekly after this. From Knoxville, as we are pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Lady Vols, Karen Weekly. Coach, what are you seeing from your team at the plate, and what do you like about the approach against Jaden Heavner?
Yeah, what I'm seeing is when we get her down in the zone, we're hitting balls hard, and that's what we need to keep doing. You know, you can't chase her up. That's where she takes control of you. So, you know, just keep getting her down and take good swings.
And Coach Sage Marjetko, very composed and shutting down this LSU offense. What do you like out of her right now?
You know, Sage is a competitor. She wants the ball. She loves to be out there. She's pitched great all year. We've seen Sage at her best this year, and what I really liked was her feed to the shortstop on that double play. Yeah, that was good stuff right there.
Coach, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Karen Weekly joining us as we head to the top of the 4th inning. And there you see just the progression that Sage Marjetko has already made in non-conference play. What have you liked about her performance so far through the first 3 frames?
I feel like she is composed in the circle, and she's a lot more confident. She did come off of surgery over the fall, so had to, you know, battle back from that. And Coach Weekly saying slowly starting to get more and more innings, and she's doing that now.
Char Loren stands in, LSU left fielder who has one of the 3 hits tonight for the Tigers. As that one's grounded foul. So under Megan Rhodes-Smith, Tennessee has always had excellent pitching. What I found interesting, Faith, was talking to Karen Weekly about how there's not an archetype. They've had a lot of good pitchers that have done things in different ways, and Karen Weekly's really proud of that. There's not a cookie-cutter Tennessee type. They're all a little bit different.
Yeah, she says when you see pitchers out there, you're not looking at someone if there's no uniform and say, oh, that's a Tennessee pitcher. Megan Rhodes-Smith does a really good job of meeting the pitcher where they're at. So she's able to use their strengths and build that even stronger and find out their weaknesses. Like you think about Carlin Pickens, she came in, she threw hard, but she struggled with command for quite a while, and she was able to contain that, and now one of her best pitches, an off speed. So she's added that to her repertoire and been able to even grow. Sometimes when you have such a good pitcher, you start to see him digress over the 4 seasons, but she's been able to get better and add something to her toolbox each season.
Just missed the corner there, 2-2 to Lorenz. Lady Vols have had a 20-game winning pitcher for the last 5 seasons, 11 no-hitters, 4 perfect games since 2021, as this one's grounded softly to Rutan at third. Routine for Rutan, on to first, 1 up, 1 down.
So if you're LSU, you see Sage Marjetko starting to throw that off speed more and more. So when you come up to the plate, you kind of have to have the mindset, am I going to go after her hard stuff, or am I going to go after her off speed? And right there, a swing on the outside corner with that changeup, you got to make sure you really sit back and try to drive it, because she's going to throw it anywhere in a count.
Yeah, she thought that one caught a corner. It did not, according to home plate umpire Chris Neighbors. Saw her asking there at the end of that pitch, where was it? 1-0 to Tori Edwards. Back to Rutan. 2-way. Pair of ground ball outs brings up Macy Bajaron, who singled back at the second.
And that's what Marjetko's going to do. She's going to induce those ground or fly balls. She has that drop ball. That's what we saw right there. And that's going to force hitters to start rolling over and hit those balls straight out to your left side. And you have such a strong left side of a defense with Bella Faw and Maddie Rattan, excuse me.
46 miles per hour. Pitching backwards, Marjetko for strike one there to Bergeron. There's another one, timed up well, deep to left. Bergeron off the face of the wall. Holly throws it back in a second, and it's going to just be a long single for the catcher, Bergeron, who has to stay at first.
I think Bergeron thought that was going to be the wall, but look at how good she does right here. That is an off speed that floats in from Marjetko, and she is able to nail that to the back wall. That tells you that she has so much power, because when you have an off-speed pitch come in, you have to provide the power. When a pitcher's faster, all you got to do is make a connection.
Dialed up to 68 there. Marjetko starts off Kylie Edwards with a strike. And Taylon Holly threw a strike from left field to keep Bergeron over there at first. Another strike. Quickly 0-2. And the crowd getting into it here in the middle innings at Sherry Parker Lee. Fouls stay alive as Kylie Edwards will see another pitch. She popped out to left her first time up. As this packed audience watches a good one. Called strike three. The fourth strikeout of the night for Sage Marjetko, a pitching clinic again for Tennessee and Knoxville. The SEC is where it just means more, and in softball it means more teams in the top 25. Look at that top 10 with everyone chasing Tennessee, but a loaded conference once again.
Yeah, 11 of the 15 teams are ranked in the top 25. I mean, the SEC, when you play in the SEC, every game feels like you're in postseason, and you're probably going to see these teams in regionals and super regionals as well.
Emma Clark standing in with a 2-0 Tennessee lead after a season last spring and summer where 14 of the SEC's 15 member schools in softball reached the NCAA tournament. 7 were seeded in the top 8, and 9 were among the top 16 national seeds. And 20 straight regionals that have also been played right here at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium, a place very used to postseason softball. Swing and a miss there from Clark, 1-2. There is truly no weekend off in the SEC. That's true in every sport. It is extra true in this one. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Clark. Beth Torina looking on. Our Tigers looking to keep it here. Upstairs, Emma Clark looking to reach base for a second time after an infield single got her on in the second. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch waved on and fouled back. We'll do it again. LSU already playing a top 10 strength of schedule every year under Beth Torina. Already 12th this year, but it's only going to get lower because every team has got to see top 10, top 10, top 10 on that schedule each and every week.
Yeah, not only SEC play, they also were out in Clearwater where you're seeing some of the top teams in the country.
Another foul here as Clark continues to battle. And Beth Torina told us that weekend was good for us. Said we were 1-4, but there are 11 newcomers on this LSU team. That's the most they've ever had in one season to the next in program history. And that is college athletics in 2026 as Clark lifts this one high into the air, ranging over the center fielder. Lassiter will make the catch. Good at bat, ends in a pop out for Clark. There's one away.
Well, if you watch them during that tournament, they did struggle defensively. They had quite a few mistakes out there in the field where maybe they'd have like 3 errors per game, something that is not characteristic softball for LSU. But a lot of these players playing different positions too. You had Avery Hodge, who started at shortstop all last year, now had to make the switch over to third base, and that's a big change to make on defense, because when you're a middle infielder, you can take that drop step. You have a little bit more time to react to that ball. They call it the hot corner for a reason over at third. You have no reaction time at all.
Big swing from Talon Holly. Way out of here. A big fly from the Tennessee left fielder, and it's Lady Vols by 3 here in the 4th.
Holly stays so long through the ball. She has great extension. And the energy is high here at Rocky Top. Right when she hit it, she knew it. She started jogging right away after she dropped her bat. That's a ball on the outside corner, and she actually loves that. As a lefty, you love the outside corner. You want to be able to go with it, and that's why. Look at her long swing, the follow through. All the way around, little bat flip. Why not? Celebrate with your team. The money is out, and Tennessee's up 3-0.
Talon Holly making it a 3 spot for Tennessee on her 3rd home run of the season, her freshman season. We talked earlier about Elsa Morrison having such a big impact as a freshman catcher in the 3 spot. Talon Holly has come in, and Karen Weekly can't keep her out of the lineup right now the way she's hitting to start her first season here at Tennessee. Count even to Maddie Rutan. I love the swagger, too, of that bat flip and a strut down to the first base bag.
I love that this is where softball has gone. Probably in the last 5 years, we're seeing more of a bat flip, a bat slam, more celebrations. I'm all about it. I keep saying I played softball in the wrong era. We were all too serious out there.
And Beth Serena talked about that with us this week, too, about one of her players grittied after a home run. She said, hey, you hit it like that. You can do whatever you want going to home plate. She will not complain about that, and certainly approved of that expression for her own team as well when they make big plays.
I mean, especially when you play at LSU, you
No
see
doubt.
the fans.
That's right.
They're probably going to gritty with you.
That's absolutely right. Rutan right back to Heavner. Great snag and throw on to first to throw out Rutan. 2 away. Look what I found, said Jaden Heavner.
Yeah, Rutan getting jammed up on that one. Heavner hitting that inside corner. It's something she struggled with throughout this game. She loves to throw that curve. She tries to bring it across the plate, jam it on the inside. But if you notice, Bazaron actually was set up on the outside. So I wonder if she missed her spot a little bit there too. But whatever works to get the out.
How tough is it to train that instinct as a pitcher when you feel like you're so vulnerable with so many hard hit balls up the middle to go to that ball and not away from it? Because if I'm standing there, I'm jumping out of the way.
Well, part of it is that beautiful face mask that all the pitchers wear now.
Sure.
Helps for sure, gives you a little bit more confidence, but a lot of it just has to do with reaction. I mean, if a ball's hit back at me, I think the first thing I got to do is hopefully put my glove up, stop the ball. Sometimes there's been times where I stick my glove out and I'm like, oh, look at what I found.
That's right.
And that's kind of the reaction most of the time.
1-1 misses away. Jaden Heavner making her 8th start of the season tonight. Has a save to her name this year as well. 48 strikeouts and 46 2/3 coming into this SEC opener. Evening the count with the Tennessee shortstop Bella Fall here, 2-2. Souvenir for a fan. Here on night one of SEC play.
Unfortunately, in softball, we got to give the balls back.
Souvenir for about 30 seconds for a fan here on the first night of SEC play. Hey, look, as long as you get the picture with it, that's the souvenir, right?
That's true.
Fall runs the count full for a second straight at bat. She did this in her first time up in the second as well. Pitch number 61 from Jaden Heavner is fouled away. And Heavner is a lefty for LSU. She's the first lefty to pitch considerable innings since Julie Stashko from 97 to 2000 for LSU. How about that? A lot of lefty batters have come through the Tigers program, not a lot of lefty pitchers. As this one's grounded weakly to Edwards at short, just in time, and a great stretch from Tori Edwards at first to end the inning, but not before another Tennessee bomb. Taylon Holly goes Oppo Taco, and a bat flip. 3-0 Lady Vols as we head to the fifth. The long ball through 4 in Knoxville as we welcome you back inside Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. 3-0 Tennessee. A 2-run blast and a solo shot in back-to-back innings. Run support for Sage Margetko, who continues in the circle for Tennessee. 7, 8, and 9 due up here in the top half of the fifth. As this one's lifted to center. Ranging back is Sophia Knight. One pitch, one loud out as Maddox McKee. Again, another hard hit ball, Faith, right at a Tennessee defender.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's been the story for LSU. I think they're hitting Sage Margetko pretty hard today when they have made contact. If they're able to sit on her off speed, we saw that bomb earlier out off the wall. They just haven't been able to string them together. I also love how aggressive they're being right now. So you have Destiny Harris who's stepping in, swinging at that first pitch. Maddox as well, swinging at that first pitch. And when you face a pitcher like Margetko, who likes to mess with a bunch of different speeds, you want to swing early in the account because that's probably the best looking pitch that you're going to see. After that, she's going to start messing with you, which is what she's probably going to do right here. It's probably going to be a ball off the plate.
Oh, and it was. Big swing and a miss. Harris runs down to first. Good throw in time by Elsa Morrison. 2 up and 2 down.
Exactly. When Margetko is able to get ahead in the count, she's going to throw stuff that's going to get nasty coming into the plate. That's that off speed, the flip. She flips it down. It hits the ground, but it's so hard to lay off of.
5th strikeout of the night for Sage Margetko, 59th of the season. As she's quickly ahead of the 9th place batter, Avery Hodge, 0-1. Hodge reached on an infield single back in the 3rd. She's quickly down 0-2. You talked about composure earlier. Imagine a couple of moonshots over the fence don't hurt you being even more composed when you come out there with 3 runs of support.
No, that's where you can get a lot more comfortable when you're in the circle. But you got to say, too, this Tennessee pitching staff is very used to a lot of pressure because this is a team that doesn't always put up a lot of runs, right? So a lot of games coming in where they win by 1 run, maybe 2 runs, and Pickens or Sage Margetko or even Aaron Newer having to hold it all on their shoulders. So used to this type of pressure.
And Tennessee has won 6 games, scoring 5 runs or less this season. Tough play for Bella Fall here. Great throw on the first. A strike to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. The only clean frame tonight for either Tennessee or LSU. Home half of the 5th, all Lady Vols in Knoxville. Tennessee fans are having a nice Friday night here at Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. A couple of solo and 2-run shots 3-0 for Tennessee. A couple of chest bumps down there in that Lady Vol dugout. All smiles in Tennessee orange and Summit blue. 3-0. Faith, what have you liked about Tennessee's approach at the plate tonight against the LSU starter, Jaden Heavner?
I thought they've been patient. They've been allowing Heavner. She's not the most command type pitcher, right? So she's going to throw some that are out of the zone, and I thought that they've been patient. They've been laying off of her rise ball for the most part, and when she does leave it over the plate, that's when they are attacking.
Sophia Knight, the leadoff batter, lifts this one foul territory, third base side, and over to make a running catch is Kylie Edwards for out number 1. That brings up Ella Dodge. She flew out to left her first time up, singled and scored on the Mackenzie Butt homer in the 3rd. And now has a 30-game on-base streak, dating back to last season, and a couple of those games as well at the Women's College World Series, where both these teams are looking to get back to here in 2026. Dodge takes inside, quickly ahead 2-0. You know, Karen Weekly's had a lot of really good teams here, of course. 20 straight regionals. She's the 4-time SEC Coach of the Year. We asked her what's different, what's unique about this one, and she was adamant, saying that the camaraderie, but the eagerness. That was her first word. Says they're very eager. This is a group that she admitted, we're getting into SEC play. There's a long way to go, but they're not getting tired. They're enjoying each other's company. They're eager to do everything we are asking them to do. And safe to say she loves this group. And it's easy to see the reasons why.
Well, you also see it like when they make a play on defense, like right with Bella Fall with that play, and the team coming together, giving chest bumps and hugs and cheering each other on. I mean, they have a lot of energy together as well.
2-2 just misses as Ella Dodge works the count full. They've also been very disciplined at the plate tonight, long at bats. Just one strikeout as well. As that one served into right center field, that'll find a gap and go up to the wall for extra bases. Dodge will stop at second as the Tennessee second baseman, who Karen Weekly calls a spark, legs out a double, and there's a runner in scoring position with one away.
That's something she can do, is spark this offense. That's a curveball that comes across the plate, and Ella Dodge does damage. She's so quick to the ball, has a quick step, and then just pulls her hands through. If you notice, her hips are so strong through the zone. That's where she gets her power.
Just living on base. As a fastball's in there for a first pitch strike to Elsa Morrison. The 0-1. Hard hit, base hit. Morrison with a single. She'll take a big turn and keep going on to second. Heads up base running from the freshman, with Dodge stopped at third. She took a big turn, the throw came in, and she just kept going, Faith.
Yeah, I love the base running decision here by Morrison. She quickly got her hands through on that one, ripped it, didn't even stop. What I would have loved here is if Avery Hodge grabbed that throw from Lorenz out in left field just a little too high. You got to have it lower so that Hodge is able to get that cutoff and stop that ball so she can look quick towards second.
That's Zoe Schuler, who's going to come in and run at second base for Morrison, and that brings up Mackenzie Butt with a chance to do more damage, just like she did back in the third.
Yeah, powerful swing all the way through. She's the one that started this explosive offense for Tennessee against Heavner. You want to be careful when throwing to her.
Dodge at third, Schuler the pinch runner at second, and Mackenzie Butt at the plate with a chance to hang a crooked number. Out of that pitch, painting the corner is Heavner for a strike.
What's tough too is Heavner naturally has a spin that has a little bit of an upspin, so she likes to work more higher up in the zone, climb that ladder, and when that happens as a pitcher, hitters have more of a chance to hit a ball over the fence. It's a lot easier than when maybe you have a ground or a drop ball pitcher that works down in the zone.
48 strikeouts to 28 walks coming into tonight for Heavner. 0-2 fouled straight back. We'll do it again. And this Lady Vols team really has seen a lot of pitches tonight, haven't they?
They have made Heavner work, and that's frustrating as a pitcher when you have teams that just continue to foul off. You're just like, can I just throw one right?
0-2. Left side. Tough play for Edwards. Throw to third. They get Schuler there, but the run comes in to score. Ella Dodge turns a double into a fourth Tennessee run and an RBI fielder's choice for the DP, but she's got 3 RBIs tonight.
Yeah, Kylie Edwards making the good decision here. She went down to her knees, so did not have enough time to get up and make that throw back to home. So makes the toss over to third, and that's really all you can do in this situation is making sure that you get the out.
So 2 away. As another runner will come in for Tennessee. That's Alana Leach, the junior. Gabby Leach's twin sister. It's the Leach family legacy, lives on in Lady Vol lore. And she's got her sister up at the plate. So 2 Leaches in play here for the Lady Vols. Jaden Heavner tasked with getting out of trouble, a 3rd straight frame where Tennessee has touched home. As Gabby Leach lays off a first pitch ball. Leach struck out looking back in the first. Lined out on a great play by Sierra Daniel in the 3rd. Up for the 3rd time tonight here in the home half of the 5th. Long pause from Heavner, now ready with the 1-0. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. Gabby Leach was taking aim for the porch in right field with that swing. The 1-1, played off. And Gabby Leach's versatility has been so big for Tennessee, according to her head coach, Karen Weekly. She was 3rd in the order, that 1-0 win over Belmont on Tuesday. Fouled back, 2-2. And just one of the many Lady Vols with so much experience and so many big games for Karen Weekly's team.
Yeah, she's someone who's consistently gotten better each season that she's been here at Rocky Top. Coach Weekly saying sometimes she makes the moment just too big, but she feels this year she's really settled in.
A swinging bunt here, right back to Heavner, and a strike thrown to first to get the runner and end the inning. But Tennessee hangs a 4th run on the board here in the 5th. 6 outs away from an SEC win. 4-zip Tennessee in the top of the 6th inning, and Sage Margetko has been super in the circle tonight for the Lady Vols fan.
Well, she's utilizing all 3 of her different speeds. She has that tight, true 12-6 spin with that rise ball. It just jumps out of the zone, but she can throw it at multiple different levels, so also down towards the knees, and then that off speed, it just floats in there. But you look at it, 5 innings pitched so far. She's got 5 strikeouts on the day, and the big one, no walks.
An excellent SEC opener for Sage with 6 outs left for Tennessee. Jayla Lassiter, the leadoff batter. Sierra Daniel, Charlotte Lorenz will follow. This one's popped up right behind the dish. Elsa Morrison makes a nice catch. Boy, Jayla Lassiter has had some tough luck tonight. Popping out in foul ground twice at a hard-hit double play. She is 0 for 3 tonight.
That's one of those you just wish would get out of here. But also, Morrison doing a really good job behind the plate. She got her helmet off quick. You have to find the wall. It's really tough as a catcher to crouch up out of your stance and try to make that catch.
Sierra Daniels stands in, watches a first pitch upstairs. One defensive change for Tennessee here in the top of the 6th. Alana Leach, who pinch ran back in that home half of the inning, is in left, replacing Taylon Holly. Little bunt here, Margetko to first. Good throw in time, out number 2. The first base umpire, Carlos Guzman, had to think about it. It looked like he started to say safe and then said, nope, you're out of there.
Ella Dodge turning into a first baseman over there. A really good stretch to reach and grab that ball. And she knew too, I love the little finger flip.
Charla Wren stands in. 6 straight set down by Sage Margetko, who started off well but is really in a groove for a Tennessee staff that still, this being the 6th inning of their 21st game, has allowed 9 earned runs this season. And Margetko's ahead 0-2.
And she's really getting that low ball call right now, and she's trying to live in that zone, is right down by the knees. So LSU is having to expand that zone more than probably what they want to, so they have to go for that low pitch.
Lorenz had the first LSU base knock of the night. Single back in the first. The Tigers have 4 hits, all of them singles. Nobody's gotten to second base tonight. That one's lifted in the air. Coming in is Sophia Knight. 3 up and 3 down. 7 straight sat down by Sage Margetko as we head to the home half of the 6th.
This year, our word is dominate. We just want to leave no room for question. Every game, we're competing basically for blood.
We're trying to be the absolute best you can be and dominate.
And dominate they have. Tennessee in non-conference play has outscored opponents 144-10. With the 4 runs tonight, Faith Kane, it's 148-10. That's video game numbers when you're playing the video game on too easy of 11.
Absolutely. This offense has started to come together. They've been able to score runs in multiple different ways, whether it's the small game, those extra bases on the base paths, and then also the long ball is what we've seen here tonight. But when they talk about that word dominate.
This one's lifted to right, ranging back Maddox McKee. 1 pitch, 1 out.
And the theme this year with that word dominate, they're not just talking about we just want to win every game. They want to win big. So you think about the team back in Oklahoma when they won those 4 national championships. They were defeating teams 20-0. That's the kind of team Tennessee wants to be.
And look at a who's who right there of teams they have dominated this year. Tennessee is 3 outs away from being 21-0. This would be their 7th top 25 win of the season. They are dominating formidable opponents. Taylor to Holly, shows bunt, pulls it back quickly behind 0-2.
Yeah, you look at their record right now, you see 20-0, and when you think about non-conference play, sometimes you're thinking 20-0, oh, maybe not playing the high caliber type teams that you'd expect them to play, but they went out to Clearwater and defeated some really good teams. So like defeating Nebraska, among others.
Yeah, it really is a who's who of teams that they have put in their win column. As Holly gets hit. Oh, that didn't feel good. Able to still run down to first. In some pain as that hit her, it looks like in the foot. And a one-out base runner for Tennessee as Maddie Rutan grabs a bat.
Yeah, those never feel too good.
Ooh. She's got the guard on there, but looks like that got just right on the shoe under that guard.
Yeah, and remember those guards too, they're supposed to help you block the inside of your shin from your own hit, not necessarily the pitch coming in.
Rutan at the plate. Singled in the second, grounded out in the fourth. One-0. Misses away. You know, we say things like the infielders throwing a strike to first. Well, that's something Maddie Rutan's used to as a former pitcher at Eastern Kentucky. It does have 2 appearances on the mound here this year. That's a hot shot into left. A worm burner base knock for Maddie Rutan, who does it all for Tennessee. The 2024 ASUN Pitcher of the Year can certainly hit as well.
Yeah, she can do it all. A two-way player. That pitch on the outside, she kind of just threw her bat at it. Didn't even get all of it off the end, but that tells you how much power she has, that she's able to punch it through that 5-6 hole.
So Karen Weekly out from the dugout. She's going to call on a pinch hitter here as McCall Sims, the freshman, is going to stand in from Martin, Tennessee, Westview High School. Helped them to a 2A state title out there in West Tennessee. 0 for 2 last weekend at the Tennessee Invitational. Made her debut against number 5 Oregon, had a walk in that game, an RBI against James Madison. And she's got runners on first and second here, standing in for Bella Fall. Sims, aggressive out of the dugout, first pitch swinging, fouls it back.
And that's what you want to do when you're a pinch hitter, is to step in. You're swinging at that first pitch. That's gutsy.
It's a long time to watch and get a different perspective from the dugout. You'll probably be pretty amped up as well in your first ever SEC at bat.
Well, you have to imagine there's probably a little bit of nerves happening. She's a freshman. This is SEC play. Yeah, they've played some top-level teams so far, but it's different when you're playing at home and conference play starts. Even Coach Torina for LSU said this is almost like a reset for us.
It's a new season.
Yes, new season, coming in, relax, have fun.
Hard hit right side, ranging over is Daniel to first. He'll take the easy out, but it is a productive out for McCall Sims in her first SEC at bat. 2 away, but 2 in scoring position now for the leadoff batter, Sophia Knight.
And that's what you want to do when you're the 9-hole hitter. If you're going to be an out, you need to at least move the runners into scoring position, and that's exactly what she did. Now you have Sophia Knight coming up with runners on second and third.
Knight 1 for 3 with a bunt single in the first. Looking for more insurance here in the 6th as she watches upstairs for ball 1. Tennessee thought it had a lead in the second on a double steal and throw into left that brought Taylon Holly home. And she left early on that steal. Tennessee, though, rebounded really nicely on the kind of play, Faith, that could have really been a deflating one for Tennessee. They did not miss a beat after that.
No, they bounced back right away, and that's what you want to do. You saw them keep the energy up. They turned to each other and said, let's go. It's okay. We're going to keep pushing, keep putting the foot to the pedal.
Good eye from Sophia Knight, 2-1. 545 average now. 4 RBIs. She looks to add to that with her speed. Right up the middle on the 2-1 pitch. Diving play by Daniel. Keeps it. Throw home. Not in time, or in time, but the tag not in. Has Taylon Holly and Maddie Rutan come around. 2 more for Tennessee. What a slide and a swim move. Look at this.
That play so close to the plate. And I think she didn't get her till right at that back end, and it looks like they're going to challenge. You saw Avery Hodge immediately put her hands up towards her ears to say, we need to challenge that. And you got to trust your players on this.
So alert base running, but perhaps a bit overeager. I don't know. Did the foot get down? Is I think going to be the question here from Rutan right here.
I don't think she touched the plate. I don't know. That's a hard angle.
Here's another look.
And remember, to overturn a call, you have to have indisputable evidence.
Does she get her on the back even here? Because there's a lot to sort through right
I don't
there.
think she tagged her until right here.
And the hand is right at the back of the plate, too.
Yeah.
I think this might be tough to overturn.
Yeah.
After review, the call to play is changed. She's out.
So Rutan is out after all. Final out of the inning at the plate for Tennessee, but they do get another run. 5-zip LSU looking to stay alive in the 7th. As we head to the top of the 7th from Sherry Parker Lee Stadium. And we get another look here at the end of that 6th. You be the judge. A great lean there from the catcher, Macy Bergeron. And after review, she did get Maddie Rutan at home plate.
Yeah, I think she got her on the hip from that angle. The top angle, it looked like she got tagged on the hip when she came in. But that's a great momentum shift for LSU here to the top of the 7th when they need the runs.
Down by 5, Tori Edwards, the perfect catalyst for a rally. If you're wearing purple and gold, is grounded out twice tonight, once to second and once to third. Quickly ahead 2-0 on Sage Margetko, who is looking to go the distance tonight for the Tennessee Lady Vols. You see so often, too, that even just a crooked number in that last inning, even if it does come up short, changing the vibe on the bus, back at the hotel, just in the locker room heading into tomorrow, you can start to chip away at game 2 at the end of game 1, and you'd obviously like to win game 1.
Yeah, you want to come in, feel good when you go back to the hotel tonight, and hopefully carry over the momentum going into tomorrow.
It's what's different and unique about this sport, the ability to carry momentum knowing you're going to see this team again just 24 hours later, a little less than that tomorrow too, as Edwards pops up left side, and over there to retrieve it is Faw. 8 straight retired by Sage Margetko, and there's 1 gone.
It's a blessing and a curse when you know you're going to see the same team 24 hours later. Because you either can come in and you're flat-footed and sad about what happened the day before, or you come in with brand new energy, ready to attack the day.
Macy Bergeron has singled twice, although her single back in the 4th was maybe 2 feet away from being a home run. Took a hard carom off the wall that kept her at the first base bag. She's been excellent tonight, both offensively and defensively for the LSU Tigers.
Yeah, she's someone who really worked on her swing last season, had the breakout season last year. She starts out with a very short stance and then takes that big step to help out with her timing. But it's just added power. That's something you're going to see with a lot of these LSU hitters is they start with those feet together and then take that big step. Just helps out with timing.
Good pitch from Marjetko. Battling back to 2-2. Two teams that have combined for 21 shutouts this season. Tennessee leading college softball. LSU 5th in the country with 10 shutouts. As the Lady Vols just allowing 10 runs all season in this game number 21, look to make it a 12th shutout. Two. Fouled back as Bergeron battles. Pretty unbelievable, though, when you talk about playing 21 games and potentially shutting out your opponents more times than they've scored against you.
Yeah.
It's not normal.
No, absolutely. No, the way the pitching staff has stayed in this.
Just missed there at 2-2.
But it's a lot of pressure, too, thinking you got to be perfect in the circle.
Sure.
I mean, Coach Weekly even said it. She goes, we're going to lose. At one point, we're going to lose. I mean, if you're lucky enough, you're playing almost 60 games in a season. It's tough to go perfect.
3-2 grounded to third. Rutan at first. And Tennessee's 1 out away from SEC win number 1.
Yeah, so their main focus this season is just thinking, I want to be the best version of Tennessee softball every time we step out there. Win every inning, win every pitch, win as many games as we possibly can and come together as a family.
Kylie Edwards, the shortstop, looking to keep LSU in it. And pitching backwards again, Marjetko starts her off with a breaking ball strike. A 1 lifted, foul. And Marjetko with pitch number 90 has put Tennessee on the doorstep. No balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch bounces in there. She'll see another. The 1-2. Outside. Maybe setting her up for a pitch on the inside half of the plate. That hit the spot. Just off the dish. Marjetko another at 2-2. Fouled back, staying alive. Kylie Edwards.
And you see Edwards, she started putting her hand down. She says, okay, calm down, relax. Fans are up on their feet right now here at Rocky Top for Tennessee. They're still going to fight.
2-2. Bounced in there.
I always say as long as there's a pitch left, you still have a chance.
With Lady Vols fans on their feet, Sage Marjetko looking to retire a 10th straight Tigers batter to finish off the shutout. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. The pitch is fouled away. Making Sage Marjetko work for it on the 8th pitch of the at-bat.
The other thing, too, is LSU has to imagine they're probably going to see Sage again this weekend. This is a chance to see as many pitches as possible from her.
Full count pitch. Grounded to Rutan and foul. So much of the conversation around Tennessee this week around the availability of Carlin Pickens, who remains day to day. Sage Marjetko has just stepped in and gone to work. With another 3-2 pitch. That's lifted high in the air, but foul. Kylie Edwards just a bit out in front, but she got all that one.
And Will, when you're this early into SEC play, I wouldn't necessarily use Pickens unless I really have to. If she's listed as day-to-day, I mean, if she has the green light, yeah, go for it. But when you have 2 other pitchers that are unstoppable, why not?
Still Edwards battles. As there you see Carlin looking on. Has a front row seat to a terrific performance from her teammate. Sage Margetko, another. Breaking ball, strike 3. And top-ranked Tennessee takes game 1 of the series and of SEC play in 2026. 10 straight retired to end the night. Faith, Sage Margetko, the story. She spun a gem in the circle for the Lady Vols.
Yeah, she was unstoppable. Used all different of her speeds, and you just saw that off speed there. It's knee buckling, freezing on that one. But the biggest thing, no walks tonight. She kept those free base paths. Also, you have Mackenzie Butt with the 2-run home run. Also, hey, Holly also with the 1 home run to really get this offense going for Tennessee. But what a way to start out SEC play.
5-zip Lady Vols, 6 strikeouts, and a complete game shutout for Sage Margetko. We enjoyed watching this one with you tonight, and we'll be right back here tomorrow, 3 p.m. to start for Game 2 between Tennessee and LSU. For my partner, Faith Kane, our entire SEC Network crew, I'm Will Bowling saying so long from Knoxville.